the last, excuse me, the last test that I wrote gave me a really good pattern for asserting that something goes wrong when I attempt to call a function. I tried to call enter, and then I asserted that either something went wrong or something went right between those two assert statements. Okay, so I can now use a very similar pattern to try to test my pick winner. Let me go to it. My pick winner function here. In particular, I want to ensure that if someone other than the manager attempts to call pick winner, an error should be thrown. So if some random person calls pick winner, I'm going to run the restricted function modifier, and that should kick us out of the function call. So let me give this a shot. I'm going to use the same exact try-catch syntax that I used for this last test. And to test out this pick winner function, I'm going to first start off by placing the it statement for this below the last one. So start like so. And as always, the first argument is always a string, and the second argument is always an arrow function. And of course, these are asynchronous tests that I'm doing. So I'm using the ES 2017 or ES7, whatever you want to call it, async await in order to do this. And so I'm placing the it statement, and I'm going to give it a description of something like only the manager can call pick winner, like so. Okay, and that's going to place, and so I have my async in there, the async keyword, and I've opened up the fat arrow function. And something to be aware of here is that I don't have to enter. I don't have to enter into the contract and then pick winner as far as the restricted modifier here goes. It has nothing to do with the number of players that have entered into the contract. So I don't have to call enter ahead of time. I can simply just call pick winner and then assert that something went wrong and that calling the function through an error. So inside this it statement, I'm going to place my try block like so, and that. Okay, and so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say await, and similar to how I've done it before here, await, and then this time I'm doing lottery methods, and then this time pick winner. Okay, and of course send, because it doesn't actually send anything until I call send. Okay, so let's see. All right, so then inside the send, inside the transaction object, I'll specifically say this is coming from account at 1. So this is not going to be the manager, it'll be someone else. So it'll say from, and then accounts at 1, okay? Now immediately after that, I can attempt to assert false, just like I did before. And so down here, I do assert false, okay? And assert false, the entire purpose of it is that if I get to that line of code, automatically fail the test no matter what. So then I'm going to place my catch, which I have here, and receive the error, right? Receive the error object, and then assert that the error exists, and I do that like so. Error, okay? And I don't need this here. Oops, make sure I don't erase that. I don't need this, okay? So that's pretty much it. Again, I don't have to enter into the contract before calling pick winner. I can immediately call pick winner And because of the way I wrote the contract, I should immediately get kicked out because of the restricted modifier. So I'm going to give this a shot in my terminal. I'm going to save this. And then in my terminal, I'll go ahead and run npm run test. And one thing I want to throw out there regarding the test I wrote, if you have worked with the assert module from Node before, you might be aware that the assert module has a helper for catching functions that throw an error. And I'm not using that here because of the async await syntax. It doesn't work nicely with the built-in helper for catching functions that throw an error. So I mentioned that just in case you are aware of the function throw helper that is included with the assert module. And so as you can see, all tests are passing. So it deploys a contract, allows one account to enter, allows multiple accounts to enter, requires a minimum amount of ether, and only the manager can call pick winner. So they're all passing. All right, and I think in the next video, I just need to do one more test, and we would be done with tests. I'll see you then.